If you haven't played it yet, take my word for it, Persona 5 is pretty damn amazing. There is a lot to this game, and this video is going to take a look at some of the things you probably didn't know about this latest Persona title. This is Persona 5 Know the Facts. In the past, Persona games were all set in fictional locations. This time, things were a little different, with Persona 5 taking place in Tokyo. Many of the locations in Persona 5 are heavily based on real places in the city. Just take a look at some of these images. Look familiar? This is pretty awesome stuff. I really need to get out there and check these places out for myself. Problem is, loads of other fans had the same idea, and Atlus had to ask Persona fans to stop inconveniencing the locals at these locations. On the other hand, it could have been good for business. I would definitely wash my pants in that washing machine. All the main characters in Persona 5 have their own codenames, but Morgana's codename is particularly interesting. Mona is a reference to Mona, the Shift JIS art mascot cat created by a user at 2channel, which is a popular Japanese text board site. Aw, isn't that cute? Ryuji's shoes are censored in both the Chinese and Korean versions of Persona 5. This is because it contains the rising sun flag symbol, which is offensive in many Asian countries due to Japan's invasion during World War II. Yusuke Kitagawa's last name and the design of his persona Goemon are references to Utamaro Kitagawa, who was known by his given name Yusuke in his adult life. He is one of the most highly regarded designers of ukiyo-e woodblock prints and paintings. A large focus of his work was portraits of beautiful women. You can definitely see how the Sayuri painting was inspired by some of these. On the topic of Yusuke, have you ever wondered why Futaba refers to him as Inari instead of Fox? This is a reference to Inari Okami, the Japanese fox god. Did you know that Futaba was originally designed with black hair? Just take a look at some of these original sketches. They show her looking a little bit emo with her black scale jacket and black and white striped shirt. This was later changed to the Futaba we know and love because the developers wanted to make her stand out a little bit more. They thought the whole emo, suicidal character was a little too cliche. Her codename in the Japanese version was Navi, but this was changed to Oracle in the Western releases. Oracle is a reference to Barbara Gordon from the DC universe. She is also known as Oracle, who was an informant and hacker for numerous other DC characters. Goro Akechi is a reference to the name Kogoro Akechi. He is a fictional private detective created by Japanese mystery writer Edogawa Rampo. He is considered the father of Japanese detective stories. His character Akechi first appeared in the story The Case of the Murder on D Hill in 1925 and continued to appear in stories for another 25 years. Chihaya Mifune's name resembles Chizuko Mifune. She was a psychic who was alleged to possess clairvoyance, but in 1911 she committed suicide at the age of 24. What's also interesting is that Chihaya's cult boss Yushi Fukuura is a reference to Tomokishi Fukuura. He was a psychologist who worked with the real Chizuko to prove the existence of psychic powers. Next we have the sexy doc Takemi. This character references Taro Takemi, a male physician who lived from 1904 to 1983. Taro Takemi fought for equality for the weak and persuaded the Ministry of Health and Welfare to list many Chinese-based medicines as recognized prescriptions. Unfortunately, he wasn't quite as hot as Persona 5's Takemi. Hifumi was inspired by Hifumi Kato, who was an actual shogi champion and also a Catholic. It's also worth noting that in the early development of Persona 5, Hifumi was planned to be involved in the game's main storyline. Why was it scrapped? Well, they thought that the main storyline was already long enough as it was. Probably an accurate call. Persona 5's calendar is displayed as the year 20XX. However, by comparing those dates and days with our calendar, it lines up with 2016. There's also an in-game reference to Persona 4's character Rise that supports this. She can be seen advertising her new album Sapphire on some posters. Then, on July 1st, it stated on TV that she's really gained a lot of sex appeal since she hit 20. Did you know that Persona 5 had an anime adaptation that premiered just before the game's release in Japan? It's called Persona 5 The Animation, The Daybreakers, which is a 30-minute single episode that focuses on the same characters and settings as the game. So what's it all about? The events are based on the in-game Mementos request Phantom Thieves vs Burglary Ring. As you would expect, in the anime these events are much more fleshed out. That's all for Persona 5 Know the Facts. If you learned something new, hit like and subscribe for more RPG content. See you next time.